letting you know that I'm not in the tank. Hey, coach, put me in the game.
Dollar. Hey, DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I met the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over. Call the promoters. I just put up in this thing with my soldiers. I blew it and I'm still. Last minute I'ma need me some. Call up Khalifa. Bring them in the. You know I stay with some bad little baby. TGOD baby, know that's a gang gang. Crazy girls after the game. We throwing hundreds, we going insane. Pouring this. Dead homies got me pouring this. We get awards, but we give God the glory. I'm shooting my shot, and most times I be scoring. Do this for my city, I bring on.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Houston Texans and the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. First carry for the former Pro Bowler, Josh Jacobs. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Throwing on second down, Carr. Oh, looking for water, but this is intercepted. Picked up by M.J. Stewart, and they will score. Pick 6 for the Texans TD. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
Second down, Jacobs once more. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged, at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. That's returnable now for Smith. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Texans will take over. Now the rookie 4th-round pick. This is Dameon Pierce. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From just shy of midfield, Mills finds his man. It's John Mechie. Touchdown, Houston. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
14, Raiders nothing. Kaimi Fairbairn, the kickoff for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And Hall not going to bring this one out. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one covers 29 yards, first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 34. From the gun, it's Carr. Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Slot man moves right. On second down, Jacobs uses the stiff arm. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
I have to admit I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. The slot man in motion right. Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So Carr will depart, and on comes the Raider kicker Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
First and 10, it's Pierce. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, a 14-3 ball game. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Mills now from the 50. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Third and short yardage, Mills. Open man there is Collins, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
First down,
And that's one of those where it feels like backyard football in a sense. You say forget about the route. Just run to the open behind the middle of the field, and I'll find you. Good throw, good concentration on the catch, and they pick up the first down.
He's going to air one out. And this is caught. Touchdown, Texans. John Mechie. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Texans 21, Raiders 3. Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, that discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. From the 27, Carr. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Carr going to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
734, 93, 29, 29, 808. Here we go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Yikes. Terrible kick. Headed straight for the sidelines. Now, not a great one there. Out of bounds in the air. And the offense is going to be set up already in enemy territory inside the 45. Pierce now up the middle. And some space here. The 20. 5, touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Texans are able to add on to their first half lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets them back for second down. To throw his car. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other, because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
They go with Jacobs. They find some open field here. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Derek Carr, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. So a design run all the way, and he took it the distance. I don't know that anybody saw that coming.
Well, on this play, how about the vision of him, being able to see the open field, make his move, and get there. Oftentimes, defenses have a spy for the quarterback position to try and take care of it. On that play, if they did, it certainly
He's
didn't.
lost.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. On as the Raider kickoff unit now, as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Mills now.
hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On third down, here's Mills. And this is going to be incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence they're going to put more points up on the board.
Pushes back, touchdown! Devontae Adams. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2. They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he's going to get in. So they're back within 11. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game. The 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season. What has changed? What hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy. Because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Our first down throw for Mills. He gets this to Coulter complete. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. Touchdown, Houston. Isaiah Coulter, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And, CD, sometimes you don't need those complicated game plans or the added wrinkles. Last time out, you think about it, couldn't have been any simpler. One play, one pass, touchdown.
I know those coaches put a lot of work into this game plan, but I don't think they mind possessions like that at all. They just save those calls for this possession instead.
Derailing that play from the start was Christian Harris. He got back there and stuck him for a loss behind the line of scrimmage.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
On 2nd and 12, Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. Finding space at the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
1st and 10 here. If they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Looking deep for Adams. And this one is incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well. The offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Carl try it again on 2nd down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Play action. Now it's Carr. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man, complete. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
On 2nd and 10, Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs from 17 yards out. And the Raiders get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the 2nd, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the 2nd quarter strong. A little bit of time left. So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2. Carr will look to throw. Gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Mills. He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Mills to throw it. They're going for Howard, but the pass intercepted. Picked off by Jayon Brown. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining. And what will be the final action in this first half? So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Mills throw completed to Mechie.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Pierce will try to pick it up.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Throwing, Mills.
Eluding the pressure right. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and he did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
6-18.
Throwing on second and long. Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
6-94.
Now Carr. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And it's complete to Adams. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 22-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That's an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Mac Hollins, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders have cut it back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we have put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Play fake, Mills. Toward the sideline, And look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Mills. And he fires one that's intercepted. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back. Drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. They'll roll him out right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
On 2nd down, Mills again.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes his upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here's Mills. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Will find his tight end. That's Waller. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. 68 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlling the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
On 1st down, Carr. He hits Adams, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Adams, the man in motion right. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Adams, the man in motion right. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now Carr. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. Now to Mechie on the jet sweep. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And this will be a Texans 1st down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 72 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
They go again with Pierce. A beautiful fake.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. first carry now for Rex Burkhead. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. That play blown up on a really nice effort by Jerry Tillery.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
And they'll try to throw here. Mills. Here as he's taken down. Max Crosby make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. To throw, Mills. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And the Raiders will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here's Carr. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Carr to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Carr. It's caught here by Adams. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Carr. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. And he was able to shed one tackle, but could not get away from there. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. Throwing his Carr. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Even after the penalty, trailing in the 4th, they've still got to go. It's 4th and goal. Now Carr, got to have this one. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans have just about sewn up this football game. Just when you thought this game might be turned on its ear, a late interception pretty much going to seal the deal.
Yeah, boy, talk about having your backs to the wall. This defense, they look like they were in danger of surrendering this lead, but they knew they needed that one play, and they got it right there, partner.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Texans, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints.